sisters. So, hello, this is Shelly here. And I'm sitting here giving these two little nothings a bath, and I was just kind of like reminiscing on my fear of water. Water fear. Why would you have a fear of water? Okay, so here's this crazy story. Let's share this story. Let's remember back. This is 10 years ago when I was 23. I'm 33 now. 33, I'm almost 34. Crazy. Some wrinkles, age spots, stretch marks. So, fear of water, back to where we were. When I was 23, my husband and I lived in Estes Park, Colorado. It's like up in the beautiful mountains, and we were going on a hike, and it was like a pretty fun hike. I remember I was wearing these like little short canvas shorts, and I just got these new like Nike trail hiking boots, and I remember thinking, yeah, I have these sweet boots, I can hike up anything. So we're hiking along, and it's called Bridal Veil Falls. It's this beautiful tier fall, and it literally is like fall, tier, and then this huge long break and this beautiful drop, and then we're at the base just staring up at these beautiful, and there's trails for a reason, and we were on the trail, and we go to hike the face of the falls, which is off the trails, off limits. You're not supposed to do it. So we stagger and climb up all of these crazy rocks, and we get up all of these crazy rocks, and it's kind of hard, and you can hear the water. It's really loud, and it's like raging, and when you're in the mountains and it's summertime, it still gets kind of cold up there, and the wind gets cold and breezy and blowy. And I remember we finally make it up past like these big clusters. I was thinking like, yeah, I conquered this mountain. So what do? I just take off. I have my new Nike, they were Nikes, which is funny, like trail hiking, amazing shoes. Like I could see it in the box, like these are awesome. And I run up, and you could hear the water. It's freaking raging, and I hear the water, and I don't know, I just picture me on a picture there, and I almost get ready to be like, get ready to snap the picture. My husband Rex is behind me, and I go to step on this rock, and I literally just go to step on this rock, and the rock is here, and then it's the falls, and I just don't even really know where I am, because I'm just like on this like hiking high. I go to step on this one rock, and I literally, the second I step on the rock, my husband says, don't step on that rock, and I just can hear him, but the water sucks me in, and it pulls me, and I was like climbing like this, and I somehow get turned over, and I'm this way, and it's literally like a dream, an amusement park ride, and it should be a movie because it's freaking crazy. It sucks me around, and I just remember feeling, whoo, and I got shot off high into the air, and I literally got freaking shot so high up into the air. I felt like I was like my breath caught me, and I was like in the air, and then I came down, and it was just like I couldn't feel anything, and I was like cold, and then I shot up again, and I don't remember if it was 2 or 3 shots. It might have been 2 good shots, and I just got launched up, and it was like so cold. I don't know what's happening. It's like a freaking blur, and all of a sudden I'm just like stopped, and I am still at the top of the falls, but I'm down on the 3rd tier, and there's a 3rd tier, and I'm down here. Up here the waterfall is raging, and I'm shoved over here. There's this huge pool, and the rock is here, and then it's just like this long straight shoot the water. Jack is telling this story. This happened to Mommy. This is a story I'm sharing with people. So the water ahead of me, I just look, and it's like calm and clear. My heart is beating. I'm freezing cold. I'm kind of like halfway submerged in water. I like look down, and on my knee is this huge bump, and I'm like, oh frick, I broke my bone here, and I'm like bleeding all down my hip, and I'm just like freezing, but I'm like fight or flight, fight or die, more like. So I'm like, I'm freaking fighting, I'm not dying. And this is just really weird too. I would share with you that all of growing up, like I was the middle child of 5 girls, and I never felt that important of a person, and I just never thought I had that much of a purpose to my life. And I even remember telling a friend in high school, like, I think I'm gonna die at a young age because I just don't feel like I have a purpose in my life. And I said that to her, and that kind of like stuck out of my head, like, I'm gonna die right now, like this is my purpose. And then I thought, no, I'm not. I have a purpose in life. There's more to my life than this. Like, I'm not gonna die right now. Like, no. So fight or flight. So what do? I don't know. I look around, and I'm like, okay, So I try to kind of scooch over, but it's so slippery and sappy down here in the water, and it's like pushing me. So I just start like crab crawling like this, and I kind of crab crawl. And when I look up, and it's like Rex is like far up there, like it feels like as tall as my ceiling, and he's up there, and he's like, "Don't move!" And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm running over all these scenarios. I'm like, I'm gonna kind of crab crawl up, and then I'm going to kind of shimmy across and climb up the rock. 'Cause, well, that's how easy I thought it would be. Maybe Gravy, can we turn off the water? We're gonna turn off the water. Okay, thank you. Okay, so, and Rex is like, "Don't move!" And I'm like, "I'm going up here." And he's like, "Don't move." Yeah, do you know what was down that calm little clearing? Like 125, 150 foot drop to my immediate death, which is like freaking real. This really, oh, makes my heart beat, makes me want to cry. It's so crazy. And I just freeze up because Rex is there. I'm like, "Oh God, help me." And I don't even know. He's just like, "Stay there, don't move, don't move." And he just, and I don't even know what he's doing, but he's actually up there. And he's like taking off his backpack, and he has a sweater on his waist, and he somehow carabiners. It's like those clicky climbing carabiners. Carabiners his sweater to his backpack, and he makes this rope, and he feeds it down to me. And he's like, "Grab onto the rope." And I scooch over, and the water is just pushing me. It's this waterfall pushing me, and it's so slippery, and it's so mossy, and it's so freezing. I'm just like convulsing and like shaking so hard. And I like try to grab it, and I'm like so terrified. I like have no strength, and I try to grab it, and I just like flop, and then I'm like, "I'm freaking getting out of here." And I grab onto it, and I try to climb, but I can't. It's so mossy and slippery, and my damn new Nike trail hiking shoes are failing me, because shoes don't make you invincible. Don't think that spending a ton of money on shoes, God bless you, or equipment or anything makes you invincible, because you're still a human. And I don't know how many times it took me. I would say probably 10 times. And I kept just slipping, and he was like, "Grab on, grab on." The water's pushing me, and I'm slipping. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna die here." And I somehow grab a hold, and I don't know how, but I get enough traction, and I push myself up. I'm telling an awesome story. You want to hear it? And I like pull myself up, and Rex Superman strengths me up, and he like pulls me up, and he hugs me, and we literally just start bawling. Can you give them a sucker too, please? And we both just start bawling our eyes out. And if you know my husband, he is not a crier. I've been with this man for almost 14 years. I probably can count on both sets of my hands the amount of times that he has cried. And that was one of the times. And yeah, he saved my life. He pulled me up out of the water, and we just hugged each other, and my body was so mangled. My hair was tangled. I had this huge raspberry up my whole, it was literally covered my whole butt and my side, and I didn't end up breaking my shin. But the worst part about this was after Rex saved my life, and we have to kind of scatter crawl with my mangled body back down the face of Bridal Veil Falls. So if you ever are in Estes Park, check out Bridal Veil Falls. I survived Bridal Veil Falls. It's pretty actually amazing. And looking back to that, I actually think my grandfather passed away when I was 13, and I always say he was my angel that day, because how did I get pushed over on this side of the fall rather than just shooting off of there? I don't know. My grandpa, I love you, Grandpa. He had to have been with me that day, because I should have. There's no way. Like, how did I stop? Like, I should have got shot. I literally shot up. I should have just shot right off of that 125, 150 foot drop, but I didn't. I somehow shot over to the left. Like, that is a freaking miracle, an act of God, an act of Allah, an act of Mother Nature, an act of something. It was amazing. And okay, let's go back. So we were literally scatter crawling down the mountain, and that was probably like the scariest thing, is hiking down that. And then, not quite yet, I'm almost done with my story. Finish your bath, okay? Please, Navy Gravy is Navy. So the hardest part was, so we had to literally cross the base of the falls, and I was like freaking mangled, and I was terrified, and I was slightly in shock because I was like bleeding. We're letting the kids have suckers because they're organic suckers, because Easter is coming on Sunday, and everyone's having a sucker. These are the boys. So I literally had to try to cross the base of the falls, and I looked up at that giant fall, and I was like, I started bawling. I was like, "Oh my God, God, like I should have fallen down that, and I didn't fall down that. I freaking survived that. Like I had purpose in my life. This is my purpose. Like I'm here today. Like, could you imagine? That's 10 years ago. I wouldn't have my 3 babies. You wouldn't be seeing my face. I wouldn't have gotten to share any of my stories, my heart, my warmth, anything. Isn't that crazy? I do have purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Don't ever think you don't have a purpose. That was just like some weird thought that, I don't know, somehow just got embedded into my mind, or if I put that in my mind as a young child, but it's not anymore. So yeah, crossing that was a doozy, and literally getting down, it took us hours. Like, I think it took us like 3 to 4 hours to get down Bridal Veil Falls trail because I was mangled. And I remember like we passed some other hikers and they were just like, whoa, are you okay? I was just like, no, I'm freaking not okay. Like I had like dreadlocks and I was freezing cold. Yeah, it was just so funny because like even like hiker etiquette, like you would think that, I don't know, I would think that somebody would have helped me I wanted somebody to fight for life me because I was like in freaking shock. But yeah, I survived that. And so let's see, I'm 33. That was 10 years ago, and I have this strange fear of water. Water scares the holy shit out of me, actually, especially now that I have children. Come on, babies. Come on now. Last year, we actually went on a family trip to Florida. My husband actually and I had argued. He literally had to fight his way to get me to go to Florida. And he's just like, I don't know why you don't want to go on a family vacation. And he actually won this amazing VRBO, a vacation rental by owner timeshare on Cape Coral, this amazing like mansion house, and it was so beautiful. And I was literally just terrified to be in water. Like the place had a pool, we're going to the ocean, there's all this water. I had these little tiny babies like these guys. Like, yeah, I'm scared of water. But I've been slowly, like I have been coming to terms with my fear of water and embracing water, and just knowing that that was my own fault. I did that. I put myself in danger's way. Like even if it was my husband's idea or not to climb the face of the falls, I did it. I went up there. I was stupid. I thought my shoes were amazing and I was invincible. I wasn't invincible, not invincible, but I was a small miracle, I will say. Yeah, just we're not invincible. We are all humans, and our feelings do matter. Like it does matter. Like I have this fear, but I put that fear inside of myself, and I need to outgrow it because I conquered my fear when I went to Florida with my family. And we went to Florida for 7 nights, and it was really fun. Like we did go to the ocean, and I had some small panic attacks because, ooh, lo and behold, there was a tropical storm, and there was some really crazy choppy waves. And that was just kind of, yeah. But I did it. I conquered my fear of water, and I did go on my family vacation. And actually, my husband and I are going to Mexico with my sister Amy Beth and her husband Matthew in July, and my mom is coming to watch my children for 7 nights, and I've never done anything like that in my whole life. And I'm excited and I'm slightly terrified, but I am doing it, and our flight is booked, and we are going. Like we're going to Mexico, and there's going to be water there, and I'm going to conquer my fear. I'm not going to do anything dangerous that I know I shouldn't do, but I'm also going to enjoy my life. Ooh, tootie booties. And these guys are not afraid of water. Oh, we have money in water. These guys think water is awesome. Is water cool? I'm not going to let my fear capture them. So my fear is, I'm growing out of my fear because I conquered Bridal Veil Falls, and I survived Bridal Veil Falls. So I survived. That was my near-death experience, and I should have died that day. I could have very well died that day, but I didn't. I had purpose. This is my purpose. I'm here to tell you and share my stories with you. So I love all of my storybook sisters. Just conquer your fears and embrace your fears and learn from them. Learn from your mistakes and learn from your past. Don't let it hinder you. Grow from it, because I grew from it, and I'm growing every day for it because I have purpose, and I am here to change the world, and that's why I'm here, because I am changing the world with this face and these dimples and this smile. This is Shelly with Storybook Sisters. I love all of my sisters. Here's to conquering Bridal Veil Falls because I did it. I love you. Thumbs us up and subscribe to our channel. We'll talk to you soon, Storybook Sisters.